Lundu up the right side, overplayed by Justin Jackson. Ball knocked away by the Kings coach to Kukoc. It's grabbed by Jackson. Kings 3-on-2. Here comes Fox to the hammer. He rips it with a left hand coming from the left wing on a 3-on-2 break.
Well, what do you know? Hey, the Kings played a team that wasn't, making the playoffs in maybe the most stacked conference in NBA history. And they throttled them. Listen, a perfect win would have been 30-point lead at the end of the first and carry that all the way through. That's perfect. But
actually, a perfect win would be a shutout.
That's a good point. But they got what they needed last night, which was a win that was really never in doubt early on. They got to sit the starters for a lot of minutes because they have a back-to-back tonight in Phoenix, where they are right now. And Marvin Bagley came back. And nobody got hurt. De'Aaron Fox looked as better and springier than he has in a while. He was 9 of 14. But how about this? He was 9 of 10 from inside the arc. He was 0 of 4 from behind the arc. He was 9 of 14. He was 9 of 10 when not shooting three-pointers, had a couple of steals and breakaway dunks. And look at your starter minutes, Kyle. 22, 18, 23, 25. Bogdan Bogdanovic played 32. And we'll talk about this later, but Bogdan Bogdanovic played 32 minutes because I think he's one of the main guys on the team that can play 32 minutes because of his style of play.
Yeah.
Because he's not Mr. High Flyer, go all over. Bogdan's he's not slow. He's
right.
not lumbering, but he's a very deliberate.
Paces himself.
He doesn't need bursts
right.
as much as your littler guys. And by the way, Buddy Hield, 25 minutes, 5 of 10, 13 points. Very quiet game for him.
Mm-hmm.
The bench, though, was terrific. Justin Jackson continues to excel in the minutes he gets. Harry Giles continues to do his thing. Bottom line is a lot of stuff to talk about here. Later on in the program, The Ringer has just done rookie player comparisons. The people against drafting Luka Doncic, or more to the point, the people that want everyone to shut up about how great Luka Doncic is this year are going to love one of those comparisons that is made, and we'll tell you about that either in the next segment. What do you think, in the next segment or 7:35, Kyle?
Both.
Wow. Both?
Yeah.
You're very giving today.
I know it.
Okay, number 2.
Lawrence, back to throw. Looks across the middle. Throws it back in the end zone. Caught. Higgins. Touchdown.
Wow, what a throw.
What a catch.
It was
also
the
by
only
Higgins.
place he could have thrown it.
For anybody who took the Clemson Tigers at plus 5.5, and on top of that took the Sacramento Kings, I believe at plus 5, and parlayed that. Anybody out there that did that, congratulations. It's a heck of a move.
Nice, dude. Speaking of that, shout out to the person on the text line yesterday who, when I said I loved the Kings minus 5.5,
Yeah.
he goes, then I love the Magic plus 5.5. Hope you took that,
Yeah.
dummy.
And I hope that person, I don't mind that person saying that, but I do mind if that person doesn't text back in today and say, mea culpa, Kyle, you were right.
Yeah, you're right, for the first time all year.
Ever in the world. Everything about this game can be summed up quite simply. Look at the score and look at everything written about this game, and 24 hours ago, 98% of the world simply thought it would be flip-flopped.
Yep.
Alabama 44, Clemson 16, and Alabama's quarterback shining, and Alabama it just flip it all.
Yeah.
This was the 4th meeting in the playoffs, 3rd in the national championship between these two teams, and it is now Dabo Swinney and Clemson 2, Alabama and Nick Saban 2. This was an exciting as hell game, partially because Clemson was the underdog, and Alabama had been talked all year as one of the greatest teams in history. That needs to go to Clemson, because not only did they throttle Alabama, but they completed an undefeated season, and they completely took apart Notre Dame in the semifinals, and Notre Dame was also undefeated. And they did it with a true freshman quarterback. And, Kyle, it's the first time a true freshman has done this since 1985 when Troy Aikman got hurt.
Jeez.
That's how long it's been.
Yeah, this just doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen, and I would just simply say, if you are a football fan, whether NFL or college, get to know Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he was a monster last night. And then Justin Ross, the receiver, their true freshman receiver, had a couple of incredible catches as well. And as a fan of a team in the ACC, that's got to really stink for you. That these guys have 2 more years.
I know. Number 3. What do you think about that?
Under center quickly, Gabbert. Play fake, rolling to the left. Man is wide open. Stocker, 20, 15, 10, 5. Stocker reaches the ball into the end zone. Touchdown! Titans!
Green Bay has hired Titans offensive coordinator Matt LaFleur as a head coach. We're going to talk a lot about this at 7 a.m. We're going to bring in Tennessee Titans expert Kyle Madsen, who now writes for NinersWire.com.
He's great.
Kyle knows quite a bit about Matt LaFleur, highlighting age, highlighting experience or lack thereof, and highlighting perhaps a trend in the NFL where teams are swinging for the fences. What was the line you dropped down here? Swinging for the fences, trying to bring offense into the 21st century. I like it. I'm very curious about this. I want to hear your takes, Kyle. We'll do that at 7:05 if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I have strong takes on this.
Are you clear at 7:05?
Yeah, I guess that's all right.
Okay. Kings Magic next. De'Aaron Fox got a technical for being nice to somebody. And if hopefully we will get to why Luka Doncic, or should I say Marvin Bagley fans. We also have Bagley comparisons, too. We have rookie comparisons. Don't jump. You like that technical, Phil. We'll talk about that next. Sports 1140 KHTK.
Hey, this is Kyle Madsen with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Sacramento Kings got a much-needed blowout victory last night over the Orlando Magic, 111-95. They had 11 of their 12 players score, including a team-high 20 from De'Aaron Fox. Only Bogdan Bogdanovic, Justin Jackson, and Yogi Ferrell played more than 25 minutes. And that's a big deal because the Kings are right back at it again tonight on the road in Phoenix. It'll be their 3rd game in 4 nights. Our coverage on Sports 1140 begins early tonight with game night set for 4:30. Kings Live is at 5:30. And then tip-off is set for 6 o'clock. And the Clemson Tigers are your college football national champions after they blew out Alabama 44-16 in the college football playoff national championship game. Alabama led 16-14 in the second quarter, but Clemson scored the final 30 points of the game to cruise to a win. It's 6:32. Time to get ready for the International Sportsman's Expo, January 17th through the 20th at Cal Expo. Get tickets at sportsexpos.com. Those are your top stories. And now back to the drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
The drive continues now.
We're back. The drive. We appreciate you joining us. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. If you want, we don't encourage it, but you can text us on the Jiffy Lube text line at 441140. The Sacramento Kings were victorious last night, 111-95 in a game not as close as the final score. Orlando made a run there at the it made a run. They, all the bench players were in, and they, did a thing. They outscored the Kings 33-21 in the fourth, so of course I expect to hear from, Jaeger should have done that.
Sacktown Royalty last night, because I was putting the show together, and I had the Kings game on, and I'm kind of looking up. I didn't realize that with like a minute 57 left, Orlando would cut it to 14.
Yeah.
And I saw a tweet from Sacktown Royalty that was like, I'm not scared, but they need to run some clock.
Yeah, a little bit. Orlando just kept making threes. And, you're not worried. You're up 20.
Yeah.
You're up 17. You're up 50. Oh, Okay.
He needs to make this free throw.
Do a thing. Like, come on. And the last thing you want is like all the I don't think Jaeger would have put the starters back in no matter
If
what.
they were going to lose that game, they were going to lose it.
I think they were. I think they cooled down. They got Phoenix. If you're going to lose that game, that bench is going to lose that game in front of the home crowd.
Yep.
Kings, should they win tonight, will become one of, I think, 8 or 9 teams in the NBA to be at or above 500 at home and also on the road. It was a fine game last night with a lot of alley-ooping.
De'Aaron Fox heads up the floor now, joined by Buddy Hield. Hield on the far side of the floor, Fox on the near side. Fox sets up Cauley Stein. Another finish at the rim. Well, the Kings are clearly attacking Vucevic at the rim, and he's had no answer thus far.
De'Aaron Fox's hands were very active last night. 5 steals. I don't know if that's a career high, but I feel like it's at least tying a career high.
I can check for you if you want.
Let's just call it a career high.
I'm going to check it, but yeah, we can do that.
I'm going to call it a career high. Here was one of them.
Sacramento yet to attempt the free throw. Steal on the inbound. Fox breakaway for the lead. Crank it up. Throw it down. Two-hand monster jam fashion. Thank you. Swipe it to Fox. 16-14. Kings have the lead.
Well, we're not replaying highlights back-to-back, by the way. It's De'Aaron Fox doing things back-to-back.
Fournier comes off the curl on the near side, loses the ball. Fox has it again. Another breakaway coming up. There's another behind the head two-hand throwdown. De'Aaron Fox with back-to-back picks and back-to-back breakaway buckets. 20-17, the Kings have a 3-point advantage.
Another nice moment in the game, the return of rookie Marvin Bagley, who made a jumper over another rookie.
In transition, Bogey is to Farrell, enters to the baseline to Bagley. Marvin now faces up, digs on Bamba, turns for the step back and scores it. Nicely done. Very patient on that one-on-one sequence against Mo Bamba.
Thank you, G-Man. Mo Bamba was the defender Marvin scored on. We had a moment at my house last night. We're eating dinner and watching the game, myself and the 2 kiddos. And Mo Bamba checks into the game. And as a parent, you tend to learn sometimes, especially since my kids are just 1 year apart. You learn, you can catch glances. Like when you've lived your entire life with a sibling and you're a year apart, you develop really good chemistry. No-look passes, stuff like that. And Mo Bamba checks in, and all of a sudden I see out of my peripheral, I see 2 heads swish towards each other. And I look at my kids, and they're both trying not to laugh. I'm going, what? And they go, nothing. My daughter immediately goes, nothing. And I go, okay, that instantly means something's going on here. And then I'm like, what is going on? And then I hear Scott Moak say, in the game, number Mo Bamba. And I look again, and they start smiling, and I go, oh, no. I said, kids, do you think that Mo Bamba's name is funny? And they both like, no. My daughter puts her hand over her mouth. I go, is it because there's a song with his name in it? And they both just lose it and just start laughing. See, what had happened is apparently my kid's school plays unedited songs during the school dance. And Mo Bamba has words in it that are not nice words.
Very forward-thinking school, by the way.
I guess you could
by
say
the way,
that.
De'Aaron Fox has now twice had 5 steals in the game.
Hey, career high, Todd.
That's what she said.
Apparently, my kids have heard the Sheck West song Mo Bamba, which, granted, is very catchy. And the smiles came from the fact that it had naughty words in it, and they got to listen to it. So when Mo Bamba checked in, my daughter was not aware. My daughter thought that Mo Bamba was a nickname that this player had from the song. Like, she truly thought that. She goes, what's his real name? And I said, no, his real name's Mo Bamba. And she looked at me like I just turned into a wizard or something. And she goes, wait, he and the song have the same name that's not a nickname? I said, no, sweetheart, the song is
named after him.
After Mo Bamba.
This is not a chicken and egg thing. We know which came first.
They also couldn't understand how I knew the song. And I'm sitting there like, na, 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 na.
What are you doing? What you know your mic was on?
No, what? Huh?
It is huge.
What? It is huge. Anyways, here's Nemanja Bjelica.
In transition, Bjelica from Justin Jackson. Picks up the dribble, looks for Farrell, goes baseline left, eludes the defender, gets into the paint. He could have shot a 5-footer, but he elects to go out on the wing. To Bogey, give and go from Giles to Bogey, out to Jackson, 5 on the clock, inside, wide open, Bjelica. Oh, what execution in the half court. The Kings have an 18-point lead at 50-32. The Petkus brothers moment of the game. The delivery to Nemanja Bjelica for the two-hand flush after a sequence that must have featured 6 or 7 passes.
Yeah, that was your Petkus brothers moment of the game. Spectacular back. What was that?
Splash.
Oh, thank you. Getting the spectacular in the backyard you have always wanted, especially now if you're like me and half your backyard is trashed because of the windstorm of 2019. Get a beautiful Petkus brothers patio or sunroom. Best price, best value, guaranteed every day. Oh, my God. Can I see? Is that the horizon? That's the Petkus brothers. From the 5-3-0, hopefully Dave Yeager used the outscoring in the fourth as a teaching opportunity. De'Aaron Fox got a technical foul for this.
Wonder up the right side, overplayed by Justin Jackson. Ball knocked away by the Kings coach to Kukoc. It's grabbed by Jackson. Kings 3-on-2. Here comes Fox to the hammer. He rips it with a left hand coming from the left wing on a 3-on-2 break.
Got a technical foul.
He told him don't jump.
For telling Vooch, don't jump. He was trying to help him.
I think he might have I think he might have said a bad word after that.
Well, I mean, if he said don't jump
B word,
MF
F word, BA.
Or wait, did he say don't jump Laker? Is that what he said? Because that's
snap.
fighting words right there.
Don't jump, guy who might eventually wear a Laker uniform. Ref's like, that's to the line.
Don't jump, potential future teammate. What did I just say? Did I just say that? What? Anyways, coming up at 7:35, why Kyle loved that technical foul. And then a couple of strategic highlights we'll finish up here. Justin Jackson continues to impress.
Giles, 5 on the clock, hooks the pass cross court, deflected, saved by Jackson. Corner 3, good. That was from behind the angle of the backboard.
Brotato, let me tell you something. G-Man called it. That was one of them, not quite Larry Bird behind the backboards, but that was over the backboard. He was in front of the Orlando bench. I thought he was out of bounds from the camera angle, and he went over the backboard and nailed that 3.
He said Brotato chip.
No, I didn't say chip. I just said Brotato. You know, for a second, I forgot that clip, and I thought he was saying something else at first. I thought he was saying, shut the door, man. Let's finish up with this. Harry Giles here.
Beats Giles on top. Backdoor cut, wide open. Great pass, Harry Giles. Easy layup on the reverse, scored by Frank Mason. 108-89. Giles getting his second assist. Mason getting his second bucket for 4 points.
The Kings win 111-95. Kyle, as we go to break, can I read a tweet to you real quick?
Anytime.
With his vision, great hands, and ball handling skills, Harry Giles is as good a passer as Vlade, Chris Webber, and Brad Miller. Yes! And I don't think any of those players would disagree. He is a special player, and the best is yet to come. Would you like to know who tweeted that?
Was it Doug Christie?
Better.
Was it Peja?
It was a guy who knew all of those players intimately, a guy who worked with all those players intimately, a guy who saw all those players at their best and worst moments. Former head trainer Pete Youngman tweeted that out last night, and I can't think of too much higher of praise for Harry Giles than for the guy that used to wrap our GM's ankles. That's how far he goes back, and he goes back even further than that, by the way, much further. For him to see all those players up close and personal and put Giles' passing ability with them, which I, by the way, agree with. Harry Giles' passing ability is the best part of his game right now, and it is not close. It is so far and away the best part of his game, and I completely understand now when Garrett Temple came on the show last year and said, Harry Giles is the best passer on this team right now. Harry Giles is the best passer on this team right now, and that counts to Aaron Fox.
Starting up the hype train again.
What?
Said, there you go, starting up the hype train again.
That's true. We'll take a break. When we come back, what are we doing here? Oh, college football. My goodness gracious. And by the way, if you're not that into college football, at least stick around because we have what I believe is a tremendously funny piece of sound to play. This is what happens when you get overconfident. This is what happens when you get overconfident and you just assume Alabama's going to win. Somebody's got egg on their face this morning. And to make it even better, it's a radio bit. Two guys double teaming him. Nothing wrong with that on the drive. Sports 1140 KHTK. All right, welcome back to the drive. Quick segment here. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Firewings Hotline. 21 different flavors to choose from. Firewings.com. Just wing it. From the 916 on the Jiffy Lube text line. Hey, Dave, you might not be talking about this right now, so feel free to answer off the air, but if Dave Yeager leaves, do the Kings become a sought-after coaching destination because of our talent, or are the front office problems enough to keep quality coaches away? Kyle Madsen in the back.
If you answer that off the air, it does nobody any good except for the people listening to you. So I would answer that on the air.
Yeah, I think I will. And I think I'll answer that at 7:35.
It's a good idea.
Other than to say, I don't see Dave Yeager leaving.
Me neither.
And if Dave Yeager leaves, it will likely be a colossal failure on the part of the organization. And in that case, you can follow me with your lighters and torches as we will be storming the castle and expressing our displeasure, because that would just be moronic. I think everything's going to work
tough.
out. That would be beyond tough. How much of the national championship game did you watch last night?
60 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not bad. It was quite the entertaining first half. I acknowledge, though, Kyle, that part of the entertainment was, like, if everything had happened the same but it had been switched, we'd be talking about how boring of a game it was. Not boring, but, oh, here we go, Alabama, whatever. It wasn't a great game.
Right.
The fact that Clemson did it, I think,
agree
made
with
it
you.
entertaining to people.
And the fact that it was a true freshman quarterback and Trevor Lawrence doing it. You had the pick six by Tua to open the game.
Yep.
Clemson's defense was everywhere. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday, how they might have 4 first-round picks on that defensive line, and they showed why. Cleveland Ferrell was amazing. Christian Wilkins had a really great game. That's a very, very talented unit.
It really, yeah, you're going to see a lot of those guys playing on Sunday that you saw yesterday. Kyle, in this business of radio, there are things called van hits or live hits that get done.
Yeah.
What happens is a talent, air quotes, guy like you or me or whoever, Matt, George, Grant, whatever. Well, not Grant. He doesn't do this. We'll go out to a business, a sponsor, whatever, and he'll be like, hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I'm out here at, Wally World's Sleep Factory, and come on down. Those will play during commercial breaks in between songs or regular programming. Now, they are almost always taped to be live. In other words, they sound like they're live, but just because it's easier to do, generally because of technical issues, they are pre-taped via phone, and then they are played by the board operator sitting back in the studio. Now, why am I explaining this? Because last night in Birmingham, Alabama, about 20 minutes after the game, this played, and I thought it was rather entertaining.
Landry Roberts coming to you once again from Academy Sports and Outdoors, John Hawkins Parkway in Hoover. Many Bama fans coming through, getting all of their title apparel. What a great win over Clemson for the Crimson Tide. The 6th title in 10 years, truly amazing. Title number 7 for Nick Saban. And as official sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide, we're excited to celebrate this incredible victory in this season with you. Come by your local Academy store. You can come see us here in Hoover, the John Hawkins Parkway location, or just your local Academy store. They're going to have all of your title apparel, plus more crimson and white shirts, hats, jerseys, even tailgate gear. What an amazing ride, Bama fans. You got to live it up, and we're going to get you ready to go with all of your gear at your Academy Sports and Outdoor store. We're going to continue here. Come by and see us. Plenty more apparel to give away. Your title gear is here at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Landon Roberts for Jocks 94.5.
Splash.
It's unfortunate. Now, if that was playing on a radio station in whatever country all that gear is being shipped to, okay, that's fine. That's no. Nobody was there getting national championship gear. This just in.
Hey, and that by that time of night, they might be automated. But if there was a board op in there, he's going
Right. Well, we'll break here, but I think you and I can both agree. Almost certainly. I was just going to say almost certainly those were pre-recorded and those were inserted, and then the board op was probably off smoking a doobie or something. Or
not in Alabama.
That's true. Gone for the day. But hold on, though. If they're the Alabama station and the national champ, aren't they likely going to have a live show? So somebody probably was there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So they were just not in they were probably.
They did a van hit
at
an empty place.
I think the board op was in the studio talking to the host, and they were all lamenting how bad it was, and then all of a sudden they heard that. Or maybe they didn't even hear it at all.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. All right. We're back.
It's a good thing I had a bunch of bullet points about the game written down.
Oh, we'll get back to that in this next segment. We're going to interview NinersWire.com and former TitansWire.com writer Kyle Madsen, who's going to talk to us and tell us why we should think the hiring of Titans offensive coordinator Matt LaFleur is interesting. And if we get a chance, we will get to Derrick Rose and his unfortunate choice of words yesterday.
We also need to talk about what Tua Tagovailoa said that should have been a dead giveaway that Alabama was going to lose last night.
From the 916 off the clip we just played, I thought Nate Goodyear was living in Oregon. That is an excellent reference.
Very deep cut.
Not
and
even
it's perfect.
Not even explaining it, but
Nope.
if Nate were still alive, he would be laughing his ass off right now.
That.
God bless you, Nate. We'll take a break. It's the Drive.
All right,
Nate's alive. Sports 1140 KHD.